doctors and engineers at it again. Instead of taking a bath like normal people inside their homes, they're going on a public beach and washing themselves there. We've imported 4 million of those. We are in so much trouble, guys. If you've lived in Canada for more than 10, 15 years, have you ever seen someone washing themselves with soap on the beach? Did we need signs that said don't sit on the ground and go to the toilet before? There was a world once where we didn't have to deal with these cockroaches. We can't keep none of them. None of them. They all need to go back, bro.
This woman stole almost all the Halloween candies in her neighborhood. She went door to door, ravenously snatching up all the treats left out for children. At one point, she even took a Halloween garland without a second thought. The woman boldly took everything in sight, with her face fully visible, showing no signs of shame. Neighbors shared the camera footage in a local group, and it quickly spread online. Those who recognized her commented that she owns a gas station in the area and described the Halloween decorations adorning her home. Some commenters suggested that the neighbors should band together and post her image around the neighborhood. Others urged, if you see her, make sure to call her out and keep an eye out to see if she's selling the stolen items at her gas station. What would you do if you were in the neighbor's shoes?
This is Canada, not India. Are you blocking this washroom? Look at that. Hey, this is not New Delhi, Bombay, Maharashtra, Bangalore. This is Canada. This is not New Delhi. Look at that. They closed the washroom. Who do you think you are? Do you own this place?
I'm being aggressive to you because too many Indians are in Canada.
I was on a lineup earlier waiting for a bus, and these group of Indians came out of nowhere and cut the line. Until one guy in front of the line told the staff on what is happening.
I think it's a problem. And the reason I think it's a problem is because, for example, the amount of immigrants coming from India is too many. And then when they take over a business, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, they take over a business, who do they hire? Their own people.
Yeah.
Who do they not hire? Me, you, or you.
Yeah.
And to me, it's a problem because when you have the youth, where are they going to work? When I was 16, I was working at Wendy's.
Yeah.
15, 16, right?
Yeah.
I was doing all these kind of jobs. Everyone I worked with was my age.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it was also diverse. I wasn't just working with white people. I was working with brown people, black people, Asian people, all kinds of people, but we were all the same age.
Yeah.
The managers were older and that was fine. But now when I go somewhere and I see only one race of people, is that not kind of... That's kind of discriminatory, right? Because they're not hiring anyone else.
Yeah.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Abusing our immigration system, driving your loud cars at 2 a.m. in residential areas, and throwing garbage out of your car and illegally dumping in our beautiful country are the kinds of things that make people not like you very much.
Guys, welcome back once again to the channel. Now, as you can see, it seems like Canadians are fed up with Indians and they are now going against Indians. They are complaining about Indians in Canada every day. We've seen thousands and thousands of videos about Canadians complaining about India, and it seems like Indian fatigue is becoming normal in Canada right now. With these Indians, Canadians are saying they don't want to assimilate, they don't want to follow Canadian custom, they must immigrate to Canada and they start doing things that are not normal according to Canadians. But the question remains, why are Canadians fed up with Indians? Why are Canadians going against Indians? In this video, we are going to find out. And hey, this video is not to criticize a community or hating on a community. It is just to see why Canadians are fed up with these Indians, why Canadians are going against Indians. And I would really appreciate if you're an Indian to watch this video to the end and tell me what you think in the comment section, because it has come to my attention that some of these Indians are doing all these things that you're about to see, and then they spoil the reputation of even the good Indians who are willing to assimilate, who are coming to Canada and living peaceful with Canadians. We have good and very resourceful Indians in Canada that the reputation is being spoiled by just a few fraction of Indians who don't want to do the right thing in Canada. Let's watch these videos that I've compiled for you guys, then we shall be diving into it.
An Indian man in Canada who was caught trying to solicit sex from a 15-year-old minor will not be facing conviction after a local justice deemed that it would be too unfair of a punishment to charge this individual for his actions. The perpetrator was a 30-year-old Indian national by the name of Akash Kumar Kant. And because the justice said he is a permanent resident who is applying for Canadian citizenship, trying to sponsor his wife to come to Canada, and also awaiting an engineering license, because the negative consequences of a conviction would hamper his ability to be able to get this done in a timely manner, well, he's not going to be facing any charges for these actions. This is Canada for you. It's an absolute clown world.
You guys want to hear a horrifying story that's coming out of Ontario, Canada? A grown man was caught trying to pay money to a 15-year-old girl to have intercourse with her, and he was given a lesser sentence because he was an immigrant. You heard me right. A man tried to have intercourse with a child, and he was given a conditional discharge to help him stay in Canada. There is something deeply evil about a government that chooses to keep a pedophile in the country instead of protecting its kids. The whole justification that the judge gave was essentially, well, if he gets deported and has his career screwed up for this, it's too harsh of a sentence because other people have gotten lesser sentences for the same crime. Well, that's crazy. Instead of doing that, how about we actually just give the guy a super harsh sentence, and then moving forward, we make super harsh sentences for anybody and everybody who thinks that this is an acceptable thing to do. This is just another case study in how Canada is being overrun by morally corrupt, morally ambiguous idiots who have no idea about the consequences of their actions. This judge had the opportunity to do the right thing and take a strong stance, and instead they chose empathy and fairness.
Just another Indian breaking the laws in Canada.
It's illegal. Another foreigner parking in our handicap stalls because they don't like the rules. Welcome to Canada. Bye. I'm with my phone. How are you, buddy? How's it going?
Whether you agree or not, people have to realize in different cultures, some things are normal and some things aren't. This here, being a truck driver, having friends that are mechanics, it's not uncommon for them mechanics to climb up under the truck to work on it, and say an Indian fella has owned that truck and brings it to be worked on. They've got a hole cut in the floor. What do you think they do in that hole? What do you think some of my buddies that's been under those trucks see? Because they do it, they'll be team driving, and they do it going down the road. So there's feces scattered all up under it. It's different cultures. People need to be careful what they ask for. They really have no clue.
Dump that there? Yeah, pick it up right now. Let's go. Pick it up, put it back in your truck. You don't litter here.
We're gonna litter. Okay, can you tell me?
You can't litter here.
Okay, so sorry, we can just take it. Okay.
Yeah, put it in the truck. I'm gonna watch you.
Okay.
You don't litter here. I'll phone the police. That's a $2,000 fine.
Okay, sorry. We stop. You stop here. We can just okay.
Yeah, load it up. Let's go.
Okay.
This is not how we do it. You take it to the dump. It costs like $10.
Can you tell me where is the dump yard?
Gold Bar. Gold Bar landfills where you can go. So, yeah, let's load it up.
Okay, I can load it.
No more littering around here.
Okay, bro. Okay.
People walk down here with their families.
Okay, bro. Okay, check हो रहे थे. मैं दादा किथे गए ना? कहना मैं दादा किथे गए ना? पूरी भाई यार.
Up your mess.
You guys know that's very illegal, eh? You guys know this is very illegal, what you guys are doing? What's your guys' names? You're netting fish, yeah. You're netting fish, which is extremely illegal. You go to jail for that. You guys understand that? I've been videotaping you guys for a while. What's your guys' names?
Criminals are being welcomed with open arms in Canada. Listen to what the Foreign Minister of India had to say on the matter.
The fact is, number of gangland people, number of people with organized crime links from Punjab have been made welcome in Canada. We have been telling Canada, saying, look, these are wanted criminals from India. You have given them visas. They have come, many of them in false documentation. And yet you allow them to live there. If you decide to import for political purposes people with very dubious, actually very negative background, there will be issues.
This is another example of criminal negligence on behalf of Canadian politicians, as they are allowing this to happen with their flawed policy for their own selfish reasons, whether that's to garner more votes or to make their voting base happy at the cost of real people and real lives. People are dying as a direct result of these flawed policies and the poor border practice that Canada is engaging in. We do not do any criminal background checks at the border. None. They can lie about where they're coming from and their names. In many cases where immigrants had forgotten the name that they lied their way into Canada with and got caught for forgery. And we still let them stay, and we still give them firsthand access to healthcare and other services in Canada. There have been real-world deaths due to people that should not have ever been in our country. Innocent people are suffering as a result of this, and our politicians are to blame. The question remains, when will Canadian politicians be held accountable for their actions?
That is the Minister of External Affairs for India. His own words, we're letting in criminals into our country. They warned us, and they're coming in with fake documents. These are people that create issues in their own countries, and if Canada's doing it for political purposes, we're going to have a problem. His words, not mine. Immigration is out of control, and we need to do a better job of vetting so we only get the best of the best of the best. This is insane.
How is calling out the people that recently immigrated here, do not want to be Canadian, don't want to assimilate, making us look bad on a daily? So many Indian people in the news doing awful things. How is that for clout? I am showing the people that there's good Indians. The majority of us are good, and these numpties are making us look bad. In other words, I'm trying to get rid of any generalization. Generalization, do you know what that means? Do you know English? And of course racism is hitting South Asians like no tomorrow, because people like you, because you guys don't care that these new people that are coming from India don't want to be Canadian, don't even speak the bloody language English, And yeah, you expect them to make us look good? Come on, man. And then you had another comment saying I'm a wannabe white guy. How am I a wannabe white guy? I'm bloody Canadian. I'm acting Canadian. I love my Indian culture too, you know, but I'm acting Canadian, not a wannabe white guy. And what is wrong with white people anyway? They let you in the bloody country. I mean, if you don't like them so much, why don't you get the plane ticket at Air India and fly one way there? Take your family with you, because you guys hate the white people so much. Then why are you guys here? Like, why do you want to even be here if you love the Indians so much? Go back to India. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this guy? Like, I'm just getting like, I don't understand. I'm trying to show people that not all Indians are numpties like this, and we are trying to make the Indian community great again.
Everybody, deport. Go back to India. Go back to India. What's the big deal? Why is there so much Indian hate right now?
There is good and bad people in every country, every background, every religion, every culture. It's just not Indians only. I understand then, you know, Indians are being highlighted so many places, any videos that you see, and then, you know, they're just highlighting Indian. And honestly, I noticed this hatred and all this hate and these comments, deport, go back to India, blah, 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 poop, especially after the Wasega Beach one thing.
Pooping thing.
Yeah, the pooping thing.
They have no proof that people are pooping in the park per se.
After COVID, I feel like, you know, that has increased a lot after COVID. So I just don't think it's fair to generalize.
Yeah. But I also do think there's some bad apples.
110%. There are bad apples, but at the same time, if you really see, I completely agree. There are bad Indians. I'm not saying that, but there are also so many good Indians who are asset to this economy, who are big contributors. And it's not just in a labor work or like, you know, the low level jobs, mid-income, high income, big taxpayers, right? Whether it's any industry, construction, real estate, we are the trendsetters.
Let me ask you something. Why are you so mad at international students and temporary foreign workers, especially Indians? You know very well, they didn't just jump a fence and sneak into Canada. Somebody officially invited them. And that somebody is none other than your sweet, lovely liberals. These young people are actually victims of the Liberal government's fake Canadian dream ads. The pitch was simple. Come to Canada, study here, work here, make this your home. Sounds great, right? But there was a catch. It came with a price tag of about $20,000 in tuition fees per year, plus another $10,000 for food and living. So if you are in a 2-year program, that is about $60,000 gone from your pocket. Now here's the scam. Canadians pay maybe how much? $5,000 a year for the same program? But these international students pay 5, 6, or even 7 times more. Why? Because the liberals knew they could milk them for cash. And when students finished their programs, no jobs in their actual field. Because most of the real jobs were already shipped to Mexico, China, or US. So what's left? Tim Hortons, security guard gigs, minimum wage survival. And don't think anyone is getting rich off these jobs. They are barely making rent. But they can't even go home either, because most of them took massive bank loans to come here. They came chasing that dream Canada promised, only to get slapped with reality. Okay, now let's do a simple math. In 2023 alone, over 1 million study permits were approved. Multiply that by $60,000 each. That is $60 billion sucked out of international students in a single year. $60 billion. And what did they get in return? Nothing. What did you get in return? Nothing. The only one laughing are the liberals, pocketing billions off an education scam. So next time you're mad about high rents, no housing, or your kids not getting summer jobs because an international student is flipping burgers instead, do not blame them. Blame the liberals. Or even better, blame yourself. Because you voted for them again and again despite knowing there are scams. Hey, Canadians.
I totally agree on that last point and I totally support it. Canadians should not blame immigrants or should not blame Indians or international students on the problems that they are facing as a country. They shouldn't blame immigrants. But people are literally missing the point. Canadians are urging for assimilation. What do I mean by this? These immigrants and these Indians are in Rome. And you all know when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. Now, Canadians are having a problem with Indians because they don't want to do the things the Romans do. Canadians are not used to people fishing in their rivers. In fact, they consider it illegal. Canadians are not used to fireworks. Canadians are not used to this Indian celebration. And it is not the fact that they are saying don't celebrate. They are saying just find somewhere, celebrate and partake your celebration. And then when you are done, please collect the litter because as a country, we are not used to littering our country. Canadians are not used to people attacking them. And when these people who are attacking them, they are immigrants. You've seen the foreign prime minister of India saying that Canada is taking in more criminals from India who are wreaking havoc in Canada. Canadians are not used to people pooping on the beaches. This is where they are having a problem with Indians. And we are not saying that Indians are bad. We have some very, very good Indians in Canada. Some of them are CEOs. They offer jobs to even Canadians. Some of them are doctors, engineers, teachers, lecturers, professors. You know, the doctors, they treat Canadians. I mean, they contribute to the Canadian economy and provide the skills. You know, Indians are very sharp when it comes to matters of IT. You know? So, these few Indians who are doing these things, they are spoiling the reputation of these good Indians. So when Canadians say that too many Indians, when Canadians say that deport them, they mean that they should deport those Indians who don't want to follow the law. Deport those Indians who don't want to assimilate to Canadian custom. Deport those Indians who don't want to follow the constitution. The laws in Canada. We have laws that governs everyone. Deport those Indians who are scamming people. Deport those Indians who are engaging themselves in fraudulent activities. Deport those fake asylum seekers from India. Deport those criminals who are seeking asylum in Canada. Deport those people who are committing crime in Canada. Deport those people who are coming with fake visas and then or even they misuse the temporary foreign workers program or they misuse the students visa and then they end up being a no-show in school and they use the students visa to go and work full time. Deport them all. When Canadians say deport them, they mean specific group of people who don't want to assimilate to Canadian customs and follow what Canadians do and the Canadian way of life. Imagine you are tired and then you enter a metro or a train and then you find a group of people celebrating, making a lot of noise. It will irritate you. You will start asking yourself, I'm in Canada, but am I in India or am I in a foreign country? Because it is not normal. So when Canadians are speaking out, they are speaking out and calling out those few who don't want to do the right thing in Canada. It's not like Canadians hate Indians. Indians do contribute a lot, especially when it comes to matters of economy in Canada. So when you deport all of them, it will be of no use. But at least deport those Indians who are destroying the good Indians' reputation in Canada. If you love your country, you should call out the government, you should call out the people who are trying to destroy the country and converting your country into a third world country. And that's exactly what Canadians are doing. It's not like they are hating on Indians. It's just that they are calling out some Indians who don't want to assimilate to Canada. And that is why you are seeing they are turning against Indians. They are going against Indians. And they are fed against Indians, especially those who don't want to assimilate to Canadian customs. But those are just my take, guys. You do tell me what to think about this episode, and see you in the next.